It's been so long since I've updated my blog, and I'm so sorry for that. And so, obviously, so much has happened since the last time I updated, and so here it goes. School is awesome, except I suck at it completely. Just completely. Even English, I suck at. I seriously failed an English test. Don't ask me how. I really don't know how, but I can even show it to you guys. I failed it. Okay, well, you guys can't really tell, but out of 44 points that you could get, number of points that you could get, I got 17.5 out of 44. Yeah. Oops. Anyways, and then some more of my failing today in sport. In gym class, we had to run around the track, like the outside school track, for 30 minutes, straight, as fast as we could, or at a pace that we could keep the entire 30 minutes long. And yeah, I didn't do that great with that either. And yeah, so I'm doing awesome in school, but not really. And yeah, and then we just got a schedule telling us when we're taking exams for each class, and my first test exam is in Spanish, and it's this coming up Monday, and I don't know how I'm gonna do, because my Spanish right now is really bad, because it's pretty much I'm trying to shove German into my brain, and so all the Spanish is flying out, and I can't even really speak Spanish anymore. Yeah. Naya. So yeah. That's how that's going. But other than hopelessly failing at school, I've been doing good. Sorry, I have a list of stuff that I have to talk about. But other than that, yeah, everything's going well. 2 weeks ago, on October 3rd, there was the German reunification day, and so we didn't have any school that day, and so a bunch of kids from my school and I went to the Vasen, which is okay, that's the name that that's the nickname that all the locals call it, but it's Volksfest. It's like Oktoberfest, in München, the huge Oktoberfest that everyone always knows about, with it's a carnival with tents and stuff like that. Yeah, well, that happens in Stuttgart, which is actually the biggest city that I'm near, and so yeah, that happens in Stuttgart, and it's called Volksfest, or Cannstätter Volksfest. And so yeah, so I went to that on that day, and we went practically all day, and that was a lot of fun, because I don't know, it was a good way to actually hang out with people outside of school and really get to know them, and so that was good. And I actually went to the Vasen 3 other times, which is crazy, because my host sister has been once in her entire life to the Vasen. Yeah, and that was with me this year. Oops. Yeah, and yeah, and but I went, okay, so I went that day, German reunification day, reunification day, and then I went on a Sunday after I had gone to the zoo, and the zoo was really nice. It's called the Wilhelma Zoo, and there was a king who pretty much founded it, and he and it's pretty much a bunch of pretty buildings and pretty exhibits and animals, and it was really nice. And yeah, and then afterwards, since the zoo happens to be really close to the Vasen, we ended up just going to the Vasen after that. But that time we just kind of went around for a little bit, and just kind of walked around and looked around, but it was still really nice. And then another time I went to the Vasen was last Thursday with my host sister, and that was a lot of fun, because I went with my host sister, her friend, and then another foreign exchange student who she's actually from Finland, and yeah, and so that's really cool. And you know what's really weird? Like, she has amazing German because she took it for 8 years in school. And so instead of speaking English with each other, like I do with the other foreign exchange students, I speak with her in German. And then sometimes, because I'm so used to talking to foreign exchange students in English, I'll start talking to her in English when, like, I mean, she understands English too, so it's like no big deal, but I don't need to talk in English with her, and I always forget that, and so, oops, yeah. And then, and then on, and then because that Thursday we only got to go for like a little bit, and like Inka, the Finnish foreign exchange student, she got there kind of late, and that was her first time going. We went on Saturday too, and that was a lot of fun because it was like one of the last nights, and we somehow made it in the tent, and it was like completely jam packed, and yeah, I don't know, and it was fun going like for the fourth time because I finally felt like, oh yeah, I know what's going on, rather than like being like the lost foreign exchange student, like the lost tourist that's like looking around like what's going on, or like, oh, that looks cool, let's try to do that, and then like it's not really cool, or yeah, so that was good. And then what else? Oh yeah, and then this past Saturday I also I made apple juice with my host sister and a family, like a family that's friends with our family, and that was really cool. We did it in my village, and we went to like, oh, I don't even know what it's called, but like an apple juice machine kind of thing, and we, yeah, pretty much like put apples in and like, yeah, we just kind of worked, and that was really cool, and I got to wear rain boots, and so that was awesome. Yeah. And yeah, and so that was a lot of fun, and I really liked that. And um oh yeah, this upcoming weekend I'm going, okay, so really quick history about me. Last summer I actually spent 2 months in Germany. Not this past, like not summer 2012, but summer 2011. I spent 2 months in Germany, or in Leipzig, Germany, which is in northeast Germany, and I spent it with a friend who she had spent 3 months like with my family in Florida, and so we were really close, and then I spent 2 months with her, and so we got even closer, and it's her 18th birthday this weekend, and so I'm going to Leipzig for this weekend, and I'm going to help her party her 18th birthday up, and yeah, I'm really excited for that too, except, oh my goodness, I am so tired of Germany's transportation systems, because they're awesome because they like have such good transportation systems, but they, okay, so in like small villages, they don't necessarily run that often, or they don't even go, like some of my friends, like I live in a small village, and then some of my friends live in like another small village that's like 5 minutes away from my village, but there's like a bigger like town nearby, and so you have to first go to the town and then to like my friend's village if you want to get there. Or like most of the time like buses don't even run, or if like, because okay, I don't even know what they're thinking in their minds, but like weekends you normally go out, and to go out in Germany, since you can't drive and I can't drive with the program, you have to take the bus, or you have to get a ride from your host parents, and I hate getting rides from my host parents because I hate like making them always have to do that, and so like you'll have to try and like get the bus, and for some reason even on Saturdays the buses don't like come that often. Or like, okay, so Saturday when I went to the Vasen, I was supposed to go at like the bus, okay, I looked online and the bus said that it was coming at 3:48. And then I get there at 3:45 and the bus had already come, because apparently just on Saturdays the bus comes at 3:41. Oh my goodness, I was so mad, and then I had to wait a full hour before I could go, like before I could like before the next bus came, so that I could like actually get to the Vasen. And then Sundays, like, don't even bother going out because you're not gonna get a bus, like completely not. Anyways, enough of that rant. Oh, but I definitely miss driving. I miss driving a lot. Although I will have to say that driving does get sometimes boring, especially when you're just driving back and forth to school. But I still miss having that freedom of driving. But it is nice that, like, because in Florida, everyone has to drive because there's no other way to get around. So either you stay home, you get a ride from your parents, you get a ride from friends, or you drive yourself. And normally driving yourself is the easiest way. And so, yeah, it's nice that here you can actually still at least sometimes get around. Yeah. And yeah, so oh, today I went to school and I did that horrible gym class. Oh my god, that was horrible. And then I got tutoring in chemistry, and then I went to English theater, which I'm still doing. And that's fun because, yeah, because I don't know, it's nice to like not necessarily talk in English all the time because sometimes we still talk in German, but like it's nice to kind of think at least like more in English and like think more like, okay, this has to sound right, like this English has to sound right, and like, and I don't know, it's nice to like cool our steam like acting. And then afterwards we all went out and we got some coffee, and that was nice. And yeah, and then I had to wait for the bus, but instead a friend gave me a ride, which is awesome. Yeah. And yeah, and so now I'm gonna go to bed because I'm always tired because I'm a foreign exchange student and we're always tired and hungry. Makes no sense at all. And cold. Well, okay, at least me and the girl from Las Vegas because we're from traditionally hot states. Yeah, like yesterday, yesterday morning, there was the first snow on like a mountain nearby, like in the Black Forest. The first snow of the season. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. Anyways, yeah, and so I'm not freezing, but it is kind of cold. Like this morning, I think there was like 32, about like 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and I think it like I mean during the day it got like warmer, but like in like the really early morning it was like 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold. But anyways, I'm going now. I'm going to bed. It's gonna be so nice. Good night. Bye.